So let's move on to the final ruling, and obviously this is the big one. I mean, they got people like really, really fucking up in arms, even more so than the New York,
What?
striking down the New York, firearms law, concealed carry thing. Roe v. Wade.
Right.
I don't believe it was actually overturned, but it basically just left the decision up to specific states. Is the way I kind of understood it.
Well, that was the entire purpose of Roe versus Wade in the first place, was that it limited state regulation.
Okay, so it took it out of states' hands and moved it to federal hands, and now
Correct.
It has been moved from federal hands back into state hands.
Correct.
So, okay, yes, so Roe, there you go, you heard it here first. Roe v. Wade has been overturned.
They didn't hear it here first. They heard it everywhere else.
Everyone in the United States of America has already heard this. Yeah, especially
What are you gonna
since
put
this is coming out next week.
You're going to put that breaking news thing on the bottom of the screen?
I might. I'll do it. Let us know down in the comments if you want to see that. Well, it doesn't matter because you'll be watching live.
So what was the case that overturned Roe v. Wade? It is... you don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to just answer it for you. Unless you do know the answer. Nope. All right. Dobbs versus Jackson's Women's Health Organization.
Okay.
And basically... And basically, the entire purpose was to return the authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their representatives.
What do you mean, the people? As in citizens?
Yes, it took the power of the federal government in their regulation of when you can and cannot regulate abortions, not whether you can or cannot have one, but to regulate it. So basically, states had to work within a certain guideline to regulate abortions on their own terms.
Okay.
Now, states can decide when you cannot have an abortion, and they can also decide whether you can or cannot have an abortion.
So I'm going to have to assume that now obviously this ruling came out on Friday, right?
Right.
I have to assume that on Monday, certain states will already have. If they don't already. They might have them already.
There was I can't remember. I think it was 13 states. I could be wrong. That had trigger laws in place. That at the moment Roe versus Wade was overturned, would the law would trigger and it would automatically make abortions legal in that state.
Illegal or legal?
Illegal.
Illegal. Okay, that's fair enough. Now, as far as the whole, it gets lumped into the Roe v. Wade kind of thing, but it's basically an abortion debate. Now, obviously, I am of the opinion that, a woman's body is her own business.
It's just as much an abortion debate as it is a debate about the 14th Amendment. On a person's privacy.
Right. Which may or may not have gotten discussed earlier, but
right.
Refresh our memories.
So basically the portion that was within Roe versus Wade that was being argued was give me a second, I gotta find it. I was not expecting. So under the 14th Amendment, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without the due process of law.
Okay, well, that once again, poses the debate of when does life start?
Right.
I spoke to Cindy. Shout out, Cindy.
Right.
And her opinion is, that an abortion should be, okay up until the first trimester.
Which is
and unless it poses a risk
right.
to, the host, the mother.
Which is basically what the deciding on Roe versus Wade was decided in the first place.
Originally, yes, correct. I mean, and you know what? Like I said, this is one of these particular issues that I just don't have an opinion on.
I mean, I'll say.
So,
I said it before. I'll say it again. This is not a hill that's worth dying on for me. Honestly, I don't care if somebody kills, and in my opinion, it is killing their own child. Whether or not they kill or do not kill their own child while in pregnancy. And my opinion is that as soon as the heartbeat begins, then it becomes a life of its own, and that the mother's body is no longer just her own body; it is a shared body.
Like I said, this is one of those things I just don't know how I really, realistically feel about it. Obviously it's a sad thing, but
right.
I mean, the question is when is the fetus, actually a person?
As soon as the heartbeat begins, in my opinion.
In your opinion.
Right.
But, I mean...
At that point in time, that person, it's a person at this point to me, that person has rights. The full rights of any other person in the country.
Well, I mean, I would say that is not true because guess what? That fetus in the womb cannot sue. It cannot possess firearms.
Well, if a state decides, I'm not putting a firearm in there. Anyway,
you can't mine coal.
That's probably a law within itself that you can't put a firearm in there.
I would give my fetus a firearm.
So at some point, so let's say this: if that person is considered if that child thing that
thing,
baby,
the fetus.
Yes, the fetus.
Use the medical term.
The fetus with a heartbeat. As soon as it has that heartbeat, the state could consider it a person and sue on behalf of that person. So if somebody if you're on camera and you go to Walmart and beat the crap out of somebody, and that person decides not to, even though that person decides not to press charges, the state, you can still be arrested.
Kind of like what happens with a lot of domestic
right.
abuse kind of
You can
thing.
still be arrested
right.
because you committed that crime.
Fair enough. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
And basically, the entire argument is on, in my personal opinion, well, it's based upon when you believe that becomes a person. Some people would say it's in conception. Some people would say it's during the heartbeat. Some people would say at birth.
After it pops out the vagina.
And
or
some
birth canal.
And in fact, there are some states that would say even past that point.
Yeah, I heard some crazy stories about them, like, actually aborting, children after they were born. And to me, that is wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So basically...
I mean, how are you going to abort, I mean, that's just fucked up.
Basically, I'm just weighing all of the options, and I'm deciding that the best one, in my personal opinion, is at the heartbeat.
Is at the heartbeat. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'm kind of with you on that. I have to, actually take Cindy's opinion, as, herself being a mother. Shout out Cindy once again. as more of a basis or guide, as to what is more applicable to this particular situation.
I'm not gonna see this. This is the thing. I don't care what sex you are, what race you are, what anything you are. You're just because you're a certain color or a certain sex does not make, in my personal opinion, your opinion any more valid than my own. Just because I'm a white man.
Well, I mean, when it comes to children and pregnancy, I'm going to take a woman's opinion over my own.
Why?
Because I know nothing about pregnancy.
Well,
I know absolutely nothing about being pregnant. Neither do you.
In the morality of the question, it doesn't make a difference.
Well, in the morality and everything, but at the same point, as I have already stated, this is one of those issues that I just do not have an opinion on.
Right.
So, I mean, that is what that is.
All right. Well, I think.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll go ahead and end it there. We talked about the Supreme Court and the massive amounts of game-changing rulings that they have dropped this week.
And hopefully you can see here, even myself and Guy have disagreements about certain things, and
we're not always on the same page. I mean, but it's about having a discussion.
Correct.
Showing each other's viewpoints,
right.
And
and learning something from them.
Or possibly even
understanding each other better.
Understanding people better. Yes, that is a good way to put it.
Okay.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, thank you.
I don't know. We're starting to finish each other's sentences. Everyone's gonna,
Well, they think we're friends here, but as soon as this camera goes off, we're just gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching episode 29 of the Bangcast. I am, of course, Gregor Guy.
My name's Casey.
And if you found any bit of this, content enjoyable, remember to like, share,
subscribe, and hit the bell button.
And everyone out there watching, enjoy the rest of your week.